Hey guys, I'm Jonathan Doolin, and I thought this might be a fun time to look at my normal gig rig. It's constantly evolving, so if I did this again next week, it might be different. But the reason I thought this might be interesting is I'm very careful with my choices because I have a few things to balance. One, I'm in a function band that plays everything from country music, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, into modern country, Keith Urban, that kind of thing, Tim McGraw. But we also do funk, we also do rock, we do some Foo Fighters stuff. We're running the gamut of everything that you might expect to hear from a normal function band. But I also, the second plate, so that's the first plate, versatility. The second plate is I need it to be compact and simple because I sing more than half of the songs that our band does. I'm almost always chained to a microphone stand looking at the pedals out of the corner of my eye. And so I'm covering much of the vocals, and I am also the lead guitar player. The only other guitar player is an acoustic guitarist that holds down the rhythm. And so I'm doing a lot of rhythm stuff when we're playing, but I'm playing all the solos, playing all the lead lines. And so I've got a boost, I've got some delay, I've got things that I'm kind of operating while I'm singing and kind of emceeing for the band. And so this is not quite my normal gigging rig because I'm only running in one amp today. I'm running in my Mesa Fillmore 25 for simplicity's sake. Got a Shure SM7B just off center of the speaker there. But yeah, I thought it might be fun. So what I've got is brand new for me, the Sonic Cake Flip Wah. I used the Ernie Ball VP Junior tuner for years and years, loved it. Has a tuner built into it, so it's kind of 2-in-1. But a couple of outdoor summer gigs, the screen for the tuner just went completely black, and so it started overheating. So I've gone for the Ibanez Big Mini tuner, and I haven't had that issue yet. But I still like the volume pedal for swells. I do quite a bit of swells on the ambient music that we play. We do some U2 songs. We do the acoustic version of Times Like These by Foo Fighters, and I will do the volume swells in the verses of that while the acoustic guitar kind of carries the song. And so, yeah, I thought I might just walk through. I've got the Flip Wah, which is a new addition. I've got the Empress Compressor Mark II, and that's serving two functions for me. One, I do the compressor thing sometimes. A lot of the country and more clean stuff, I'll have a compressor on. But the other thing I use it for is because my main overdrive sound is my Wamper Euphoria, and I have it set pretty light, I will turn the compressor on to boost into it to give me my heavy overdrive, especially if I'm using the red SG that you see there, bridge humbucker, Wamper Euphoria, and compressor into it. I really get some heavy drive tones from that. Out of the compressor into the Euphoria, as I said, out of the Euphoria into the MXR Sugar Drive. So this is a Klon type overdrive. I have the drive set below halfway. I have it set at about between 9 and 10 o'clock. And then a decent amount of boost, decent amount of level, and decent amount of tone. From there, I go into the Maestro Comet Chorus. Now, this again is a recent change. I've been using the JHS 3 Series phaser, and I also just got the 3 Series harmonic trim, so that may be my modulation. But basically, I have one modulation pedal. Again, it's a lot for me to think about. I like having, if I want something wobbly, I want to be able to just step on that one thing and not have to think too much about it. Into the Boss DD 500, and of course that was supplying the swells there that you heard in the intro. So let me just get started. So I'll walk through these kind of in the signal chain. I'll save the wah sound for last, but I go into the volume pedal, and then from there straight into the compressor. Here's compressor with nothing on. Out of the compressor into the Euphoria. Here's those two stacked together for more drive. So you see how I'm gain staging there. And then the MXR Sugar Drive, which I almost never have on by itself, but here it is alone. Here's more like I would usually run it. This is the Euphoria into the Sugar Drive. Here's the Comet Chorus. And then finally, here's the Boss DD 500. The way I normally use it, kind of, I'd say half the show, I'm on the analog sound at right around 300 milliseconds. And it just stays underneath. I don't need to tap it into tempo unless the song calls for that. I just leave it on. And so I'd say almost half the gig maybe. All I've got on is the Euphoria and the DD 500 and the analog setting. In addition to that, I've got a slapback. This is 135 milliseconds. That would also be for a blues thing. And then I've got some more extreme sounds. So for the U2 thing, a lot of the times I'm on the pattern delay, which is pretty drastic. And then another more effecty sound is this Terra Echo that I'll use that a lot like the normal analog setting. I'll just have it on underneath for a wash. Very little drive. So that really works. I have a foot switch up here for a hold function. So if I were to play a chord and I have it set to toggle, so it's not, I don't have to hold it. I just click it and it'll give me a wash underneath, kind of a pad sound. So if I do this. And I've got that set up for most of the delay sounds. Now, let me get into some of the versatility of this. So I mentioned I do even some funk stuff. So what I would do for that is on the telly, go to the middle pickup, turn on the compressor, and then turn on the wah. And then for something like... And then, you know, I've done the country thing already, but yeah, an example of where I might use a heavier sound. We do Not My Time by Three Doors Down. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about that. The key here is it almost doesn't matter what these pedals are. I will use something to boost into the front of my main overdrive. I use some kind of light to medium gain drive that's fairly full frequency, a boost, some kind of modulation, and then the delay. And because the delay needs to cover so much ground, I have been using the DD500 for a long time, but I have used the Keeley Echoes to do the same kind of job. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the description below. Let me know if you want to deep dive into any of these pedals or if you want to hear a comparison with some other things that I have. Thanks again.